Counting On's Abby Duggar pregnant, expecting baby number 3 with John David Duggar. Counting On alum Abby Duggar announced that she's pregnant with her and husband John David Duggar's third baby. Read Jana Duggar's sweet reaction. John David Duggar and Abby Duggar are going to be counting on to 3. That's because the Counting On alums, who tied the knot in 2018 and are parents to daughter Grace Duggar, 5, and son Charlie Duggar, 2, are expecting another baby. We've been keeping a little secret, the couple wrote on Instagram. Baby number 3 arriving early 2026. In their sweet pregnancy announcement, John David, 35, and Abby, 33, included photos of themselves standing with Gracie and Charlie and holding up 1, 2, and 3-shaped balloons, as well as one of Abby's sonograms. After sharing the pregnancy news, the growing family received a flood of well wishes, including one from John David's twin sister Jana Duggar, who posted the announcement to her Instagram stories, adding, "Congrats. So excited for you all." And Jana has much to celebrate herself. She is about to become a first-time mom. In August, she announced she is pregnant with her and husband Stephen Wisman's first baby. "We are so excited. January 2026 is going to come with a little bundle of joy joining our family," Jana wrote on Instagram August 18th. "We're counting down the days and eagerly looking forward to this thrilling new chapter in our lives." Few were as excited by the Counting On alum's pregnancy announcement as her and John David's sister Jinger Duggar Vualo, one of their 17 other siblings. "So stoked for my sis at Janum Duggar and at Stephen Wisman, the 31-year-old, who shares daughters Felicity Vualo, 7, Evangeline Vualo, 4, with husband Jeremy Vualo, and welcomed their son Finnegan Vualo in March," wrote in her own Instagram story. "Can't wait to meet this precious little one and to be the favorite auntie, huh?" Jana responded, "Thanks. I think there are several aunts competing for that title." Jinger is not the only member of the Duggar family to welcome a new baby this year. Sister Jessa Duggar gave birth to her and husband Ben Seawald's 6th child, Edward Owen Seawald, in August, a couple of weeks before Jana announced her pregnancy. Jessa and Ben are also parents to Spurgeon Seawald, 9, Henry Seawald, 8, Ivy Seawald, 6, Fern Seawald, 4, and George Seawald, 20 months. 4 more branches of the Duggar family tree. Keep reading. Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar. The parents of 19 and grandparents of over 3 dozen little ones started out as high school sweethearts. Michelle has recalled being saved at 15. Then one night, Jim Bob was making home outreach visits on behalf of his Baptist church, and he ended up knocking on the Ruark family's door after his friend told him that this girl from school that just got saved and is a cheerleader lived there. They invited Michelle to Sunday school at their church, and Jim Bob said he prayed to God that they could be each other's spiritual leaders, though apparently their first meeting wasn't as memorable for Michelle. A year later, she applied for a job at the frozen yogurt shop owned by Jim Bob's parents. "You came to the counter where I was standing by the cash register and introduced yourself," Michelle remembered in a letter posted on the family blog in 2017 for Jim Bob's birthday and their 33rd wedding anniversary. "You were shy but very sweet. I really don't remember much about that conversation, except that you finally mustered up the courage to ask me if I would go to your junior-senior banquet with you." She attended the dinner with him at Shiloh Christian, but it was when they hung out afterward discussing the Bible for hours at her parents' house that she knew. "From there, we believe our hearts were knit together," Michelle has said. "We graduated high school in May of 1984 and were married in July. I was 17 and Jim Bob was 19. 40 years later, the couple dedicated themselves to God and each other for the long run." Jim Bob is a former state legislator, having served in the Arkansas House of Representatives for the 6th District from 1999 until 2002, during which he was vice chair of the House of Corrections and Criminal Law Subcommittee. A run for U.S. Senate in 2002 ended in the primary, as did a bid in 2006 to become the Republican nominee for Arkansas State Senate District 35. He and Michelle, who are both licensed realtors, have been active in conservative causes, an aspect of their lifestyle that won them a 19 Kids and Counting, which premiered in 2008 as 17 Kids and Counting, both proud supporters and fierce critics. As of October 2024, they were grandparents of 33 with 3 on the way: Josh Duggar, M. Anna Keller. Eldest Duggar child Josh Duggar was born March 3, 1988. He too became a conservative activist, campaigning for the Family Research Council. He stepped down after old police records surfaced in 2015, revealing that he had been accused of molesting several girls, including his sisters Jessa Duggar and Jill Duggar, when he was a teenager. Jessa defended her brother in a sit-down with Fox News that June, insisting that the worst names people were calling Josh were so overboard and a lie, really. I mean, people get mad at me for saying that, but I can say this because I was one of the victims. His wife, Anna Duggar, whom he married in a September 26, 2008, ceremony featured on 19 Kids and Counting, also stuck by him, including after he admitted to being unfaithful. When he checked into a treatment center in 2016, his parents called it a crucial first step in recovering and healing. Parents of 3, daughter Mackenzie, October 8, 2009, and sons Michael, June 15, 2011, and Marcus, June 2, 2013. When the scandal broke, Anna gave birth to their 4th child, Meredith, on July 16, 2015, the same day TLC canceled 19 Kids. Their 5th child, son Mason Garrett, was born September 12, 2017. Daughter Mariella Hope arrived November 27, 2019, and baby number 7, Madison Lily, was born October 23, 2021. In a federal indictment filed in April 2021, Josh was charged with a count apiece of receipt and possession of child pornography. He pleaded not guilty on both counts. In 2022, Josh was found guilty of both, but the possession charge was vacated by the judge and sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. John David Duggar and Jana Duggar. Shortly after Josh was born, Michelle got pregnant again, but suffered a miscarriage. While she and Jim Bob were still grieving that loss and praying for guidance, they found out that twins were on the way. We felt it was a double blessing, she told Love to Know. God was encouraging our hearts. We're still learning. It's really so unusual because I breastfeed my babies, but my children are so close together. I have a baby, and then 8 months later I'm expecting. Just another unusual thing the Lord has seen fit to do with our situation. John David Duggar and his twin sister Jana Duggar were born on January 12, 1990. John David Duggar, M. Abby Grace Burnett. After a whirlwind courtship, they did know of each other for several years before meeting at a church event in Abby's home state of Oklahoma, and a short engagement. John David and Abby Grace Burnett got married on November 3, 2018. They welcomed daughter Grace Annette Duggar on January 7, 2020, and son Charlie Duggar in September 2022. On their 30th birthday in January 2020, Jana wrote in a sweet message, "Ever since John and I were little, we've been asked if we have that twin thing. You know, the thing where you feel what the other one is feeling or know what the other one is thinking. Well, John, I've always answered that with a no. But now I can honestly say that the day little Gracie was born, I felt every bit of happiness that you did. So I guess it must be real." Jana continued, "It's so sweet watching you and Abby as parents. You're naturals, and the same qualities that have made you a wonderful brother will also make you an amazing dad." Jana Duggar, M. Stephen Wisman. Jana watched 11 of her 18 brothers and sisters get married before she found love with Stephen Wisman, whose sister Hannah Wisman is married to the TLC alum's brother Jeremiah. But despite some admitted frustrations, she maintained it was all part of God's plan. "I haven't always understood what the bigger picture is, but I know that God knows what is best for all of us. And so for me, it's getting married later," Jana told People ahead of her August 15, 2024 wedding. "Each of our stories will be written differently. If we were all the exact same, it would be a boring life." Just over a year later, the couple shared that they're expecting their first baby, Jill Duggar, M. Derek Dillard. Jill Duggar Dillard was born on May 17, 1991. In a love story reminiscent of her parents, Jill first met Derek, who grew up about 45 minutes away, on Christmas 2011 when he stopped by the Duggar family abode while out caroling with his church group. Jim Bob played matchmaker, and Jill and Derek hit it off, growing closer over email and Skype. Father and daughter went to visit Derek in Nepal that November, and Jill and Derek continued to fall for each other. In February 2014, Derek asked Jim Bob for his daughter's hand in marriage, and they tied the knot on June 21st, 2014. They are parents to 3 sons: Israel, born on April 6, 2015, Samuel, born July 8, 2017, and Frederick, born July 7, 2022. In April 2024, Jill shared that she had suffered a pregnancy loss while expecting her and Derek's first baby girl. Jill and Derek reflected on the controversies and religious beliefs surrounding her family in the Amazon Prime video documentary Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets, which premiered in June 2023. Jessa Duggar, M. Ben Seawald, Jim Bob and Michelle's 5th child, Jessa Duggar, was born November 4, 1992. Jessa met Ben through church, and he began courting her in 2013, the old-fashioned approach to romance coming as a brand-new notion to a lot of viewers. The kids never talked about their romances pre-engagement, so Jim Bob explained to people. Courting is getting to know each other in a group setting, both families spending time together, and the couple setting goals together to determine if they are meant to marry. With dating, a couple will often pair off alone, and that sometimes leads to a more physical relationship. Ben asked for Jessa's hand, and then proposed in August 2014, sealing the deal by holding her hand for the first time. They married on November 1, 2014. Jessa was pregnant with her first child when 19 Kids and Counting was canceled, and TLC subsequently aired a special about sexual abuse featuring Jill and Jessa to further educate viewers on the subject. The sisters would end up the stars of their own show, Jill and Jessa, Counting On, that winter. The show then evolved to become Counting On, featuring other Duggar siblings as well. Meanwhile, Jessa and Ben welcomed son Spurgeon on November 5, 2015, son Henry on February 6, 2017, daughter Ivy Jane on May 28, 2019, and daughter Fern in July 2021. In February 2023, Jessa shared that she suffered a miscarriage over the 2022 holiday season. She gave birth to son George in December 2023. In August 2025, Jessa announced the birth of son Edward Instagram. Jinger Duggar, M. Jeremy Vualo. The 6th Duggar child, Jinger Vualo, was born December 21, 1993. Jinger and Jeremy met doing ministry work in Laredo, Texas, and started courting in 2016. They married on November 5, 2016, the bride's nephew Spurgeon's birthday, but you just try not overlapping milestones when you're one of 19, and were promptly the subject of pregnancy rumors. Where we see ourselves in a year is probably just settled down, still doing ministry here in Laredo, and just seeking to serve the Lord however we can, Jinger said on a June 2017 episode of Counting On. Their daughter Felicity was born July 19, 2018. In May of that year, they revealed that Jinger was pregnant again, and that she had suffered a miscarriage the previous fall. In November 2020, they welcomed daughter Evangeline Jo. Son Finnegan Charles was born March 29, 2025. Joseph Duggar, M. Kendra Caldwell. Number 7 Joseph Duggar was born on January 20th, 1995. Taking advantage of the romantic setting, Joseph proposed to Kendra, whom he met through church, at his sister Joanna's wedding in May 2017 after just a few months of courting. I was definitely nervous going into it, but I wasn't afraid that she was going to say no because she has said, "I'm just waiting on you." Joseph told people after popping the question. Added Kendra, "I'm so happy and so shocked. There's so many words I want to say, but just shocked." They've since announced the births of son Garrett, born June 2018, daughter Addison, born November 2019, daughter Brooklyn, born February 2021. Josiah Duggar, M. Lauren Swanson. 8th in line, Josiah Duggar was born on August 28, 1996. Just a few months after his courtship with Lauren went public, the couple announced their engagement in March 2018. "The place where I proposed to Lauren is the exact spot where her parents were engaged," he said in a statement. "There's a lot of family history on this property, making it a special place for Lauren." Her future mother-in-law, Michelle, said in a video posted on the family's blog, "We love Lauren. She is such a precious girl." Jessa and Ben also offered congratulations, and chocolate shaped like X's and O's. "Pretty sure that y'all want to save your first kiss for your wedding day, but if you come over here, we'll give you." She held up the sweet consolation prize. A previous courtship with Marjorie Jackson didn't work out, and they went their separate ways in the summer of 2015. "Marjorie and I had a good time together," Josiah recalled to People in March 2016. "We were just trying to follow God's lead on everything. She didn't feel that it was the right timing then, so we called it quits for a bit." He and Lauren tied the knot June 30th, 2018, telling People their wedding day was absolutely perfect. They welcomed daughter Bella Milagro on November 8th, 2019, the name translating to Miracle Baby, after the couple revealed Lauren had suffered a miscarriage in October 2018. They welcomed another daughter, Daisy, in 2022, and a son named Ezra in May 2023. Joanna Duggar, M. Austin Forsyth. Ninth sibling, Joanna Duggar, was born October 28, 1997. She knew Austin Forsyth for 15 years as a friend before he started courting her, after which they didn't waste any time. He proposed in February 2017, and they married on May 26, 2017, at Cross Church in Rogers, Arkansas, the wedding where Joseph proposed to Kendra, Joy, and Austin Forsyth. Joanna and Austin welcomed son Gideon Martin Forsyth on February 23, 2018, daughter Evelyn May Forsyth on August 21, 2020, and son Gunnar James Forsyth on May 17, 2023. Jedediah Duggar and Jeremiah Duggar. Jim Bob and Michelle's second set of twins, Jed Duggar and Jeremiah Duggar, were born on December 30, 1998. Jedediah Duggar, M. Katie Nakatsu. Jed married Katie Nakatsu after 1 year of courting in April 2021. They are parents to son Truett, born May 2022, and daughter Nora Kate, born June 2023. Jed and Katie announced in July 2024 that they had twin girls on the way, and daughters Elsie Kate and Emma Kate were born January 8, 2025. Jeremiah Duggar, M. Hannah Wisman. Jeremiah, a certified flight instructor, is married to Hannah Wisman, Jana's husband Stephen's sister, and the two are parents to daughter Brinley, born December 2022, and Brielle, born February 2024. They announced the arrival of their third daughter, Emery Emmy Jane Duggar, on May 18, 2025. Jason Duggar, M. Maddie Grace. Number 12 Jason Duggar was born on April 21, 2000. In January 2017, the Daily Mail reported that Jim Bob helped Jace buy a $33,000 fixer-upper in Prairie Grove, Arkansas, about 30 minutes away from the Duggar family homestead, and he ended up starting his own construction company. He went Instagram official with girlfriend Maddie Grace in May 2024, and the two married the following October. James Duggar. Charm number 13. James Duggar was born July 7, 2001. Not publicly courting a potential significant other yet, he's a doting uncle to dozens of nieces and nephews. He is the fun uncle. And all the younger boys around here look up to him and want to be just like him, Mom Michelle wrote on his 19th birthday in 2019. James is able to do just about anything he thinks up. Even as a child, we would find James fixing various household appliances. He has always been one to take things apart, figure out how they work, and put them back together with a few special modifications. This year, James worked hard to get his CDL, and he has become an expert at driving all the big trucks and heavy machinery. We can't wait to see what God has in store for him in the future. Justin Duggar, M. Claire Spivey. Number 14 Justin Duggar arrived on November 15, 2002. He went public with girlfriend Claire Spivey in September 2020. The two got engaged the following November and married on February 26, 2021. Jackson Duggar. Here with his big sister Jill, Jim Bob and Michelle's 15th child Jackson Duggar was born May 23, 2004, on his 16th birthday. Mom Michelle praised Jackson's sense of humor and noted that she knew he couldn't wait to get his driver's license. Johanna Duggar. Johanna Duggar was born October 11, 2005, hence the original family special called 16 Kids and Moving In. This girl is so fun and outgoing, and she loves making new friends. Michelle wrote on her 16th child's 15th birthday in 2020. Her younger sisters absolutely adore her and think she hung the moon, and I couldn't be more grateful to God for choosing me to be her mom. Jennifer Duggar. Jennifer Duggar arrived on August 2nd, 2007, then the baby of the family. Their TLC show that premiered September 29th, 2008, was christened 17 Kids and Counting. Now, OMG, she's a teenager. Jennifer is dependable, loyal, and fun. Michelle wrote when her little girl turned 13. She is a favorite with the nieces and nephews, and is usually carrying one of them around because they don't want her to put them down. Jennifer also has a special love for animals and is very faithful to take care of her pets every day. She recently helped raise a litter of 7 little bunnies. Jordan Grace Duggar. Here on the right, the penultimate Duggar child was born December 18th, 2008. In 2019. Her mom called Jordan Grace an outgoing girl who has never met a stranger, with a laugh that is always one of the brightest spots in our day. Josie Duggar. Number 19 Josie Duggar, here holding niece Meredith, was born on December 10th, 2009, 3 months premature and weighing only 1 pound, 6 ounces, and spent 6 months in the neonatal intensive care unit NICU. Josie is a ball of energy, Michelle wrote on her baby's 11th birthday in 2020. From the time she wakes up in the morning until her head hits the pillow at night, she rarely slows down. Jana Duggar has a pregnancy buddy. Another Duggar announces a winter due date. Jana Duggar and her twin brother might welcome babies in the same month. Abby Burnett just announced that baby number 3 is on the Jana Duggar isn't the only Duggar expecting at the moment. That's not uncommon in a family of 19 children, many of whom still adhere to ultra-conservative Christian beliefs about birth control. Still, she was briefly the only publicly pregnant family member. Now, her twin brother is getting in on the action. John David Duggar and his wife, Abby Burnett, have announced their latest pregnancy. They are expecting another baby this winter. It sounds like the twin brother and sister could be welcoming babies in the same month. Jana Duggar announced her first pregnancy last month. Jana Duggar shocked Duggar family followers in August 2024 when she hosted a surprise wedding. Jana never revealed she had been dating Stephen Wisman and opted not to announce her engagement. Followers learned of the nuptials the day they were scheduled to take place. For her next trick, she announced her first pregnancy almost exactly 1 year after her wedding date. Jana, who lives in Nebraska near the Wisman family, took to Instagram to share the big news with professional photos on August 18th. The mother-to-be announced that their new addition will join the family in January, but she didn't give followers any additional details. John David Duggar and Abby Burnett will welcome baby number 3 this winter. The hype around Jana Duggar's baby news just started to die down when another player entered the arena. On September 3rd, Abby Burnett took to Instagram to announce that she, too, was expecting a baby. Abby, who married John David Duggar in 2018, is currently pregnant with her 3rd child. The couple, who have opted to remain somewhat private about their lives, welcomed their first child, Grace Annette, in January 2020. Their son, Charlie, was born in September 2022. They did not share additional details about their upcoming baby. A gender reveal is probably to follow. Could their babies be born the same month? While neither Duggar couple has shared their exact due date, they have offered hints that suggest their new additions could arrive in the same month. When Jana announced her first pregnancy, she revealed that the bundle of joy is set to arrive in January 2026. Abby and John David announced that they were expecting a winter baby, expected to arrive early next year. Based on the timing of the announcements, which occurred within 3 weeks of each other, it's safe to assume the Duggar ladies will likely give birth around the same time. It seems likely that baby Wisman and baby Duggar will both arrive in January. They wouldn't be the first Duggar twins to welcome children around the same time, though. Jeremiah Duggar and Jedediah Duggar have had children born within just a few months of each other. Former Counting On stars John David and Abby Duggar are expecting baby number 3. Another day, another Duggar pregnancy announcement. On Wednesday, former Counting On stars John David Duggar and wife Abby announced that they are expecting their 3rd child. The couple revealed the news on their joint Instagram account, along with family photos featuring their 2 children, 5-year-old daughter Grace Annette and almost 3-year-old son Charlie. "We've been keeping a little secret," they wrote, baby number 3 arriving early 2026. As fans of Counting On may remember, Abby suffered from hyperemesis gravidarum, a condition that causes extreme, constant morning sickness with nausea and frequent vomiting. During her pregnancy with Grace, resulting in her needing to be hospitalized several times throughout her 2019 early 2020 pregnancy. When discussing his wife's health in 2019, John confirmed to us weekly that Abby had made multiple visits to the ER for dehydration. She couldn't eat, pretty much, or drink, or anything, he shared with the outlet. So she was actually on IVs at home. So that was a pretty scary time. It's unknown if Abby experienced hyperemesis gravidarum during her pregnancy with Charlie, or if she's currently dealing with the issue in her 3rd pregnancy. However, according to hyperemesis.org, the condition recurs for more than 75% of women who experience it during their 1st pregnancy. John and Abby's baby announcement comes just weeks after John's twin sister, Jana Duggar Wisman, revealed that she and husband Stephen Wisman are expecting their 1st child. Like Abby, Jana is set to give birth in 2026. However, Jana has already revealed that her due date is in January, while Abby has yet to share when she is due. Assuming that Abby and John's latest addition will be arriving after Jana and Stephen's, their baby will be the 41st grandchild for Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. As the Ashley previously told you, Michelle recently had a front row seat as daughter Jessa Duggar Seawald welcomed her 6th child with husband Ben Seawald. Michelle logged those hours in labor and delivery, just months after traveling to California, as daughter Jinger Duggar Vualo welcomed her 3rd child with husband Jeremy Vualo. On an April episode of the Jeremy and Jinger podcast, Jinger and Jeremy praised Michelle for being such a big help to her kids and their partners during the postpartum period. "I think that she's only missed 2 births, but each of ours she's been there," Jinger said, referring to daughters Felicity and Evangeline, as well as son Finn, whom she gave birth to in March. The Duggar family is growing. Another baby is on the way. The Duggar family is growing. John David Duggar and his wife, Abby Duggar, announced on Wednesday that they were expecting their 3rd child, writing on Instagram, "We've been keeping a little secret. Baby number 3 arriving winter 2026. The Counting On alum shared their big baby news with the help of their 2 older children, daughter Grace, 5, and Charlie, 2, both of whom can be seen holding number 1 and 2 balloons alongside their mother, who is holding a 3 balloon attached to sonogram photos. In another picture, John David joined the shot as the whole family smiled for the camera. After John David and Abby, who tied the knot in 2018, announced they were expecting a 3rd child, the couple was flooded with congratulations in the comment section. "Congratulations! What a beautiful growing family. Your children are adorable," one person wrote, as another chimed in. "Congratulations! Your kids look so sweet, and I'm happy more joy is adding to the family." Several members of the Bringing Up Bates family also left kind comments, with Zach and Whitney Bates writing, "So excited for y'all," and Carlin Bates adding, So happy for y'all. Let's go baby number 3. Josie Bates shared, So excited for you guys." Among the well wishes was a message from John David's twin sister, Jana Duggar. "Congrats. So excited for you all," Jana wrote on her Instagram story. Jana recently announced she was pregnant with her 1st child just over a year after she and husband Stephen Wisman tied the knot in August 2024. "We are so excited. January 2026 is going to come with a little bundle of joy, joining our family. Jana wrote in the caption of her pregnancy announcement, "We're counting down the days and eagerly looking forward to this thrilling new chapter in our lives." John David Duggar and wife Abby Duggar expecting third baby. Keeping a little secret, counting on alum John David Duggar and his wife, Abby Duggar, are expecting their third baby. "We've been keeping a little secret." Face with hand over mouth hugging face. John David, 35, and Abby, 33, captioned a joint Instagram post on Wednesday, September 3rd. Baby number 3 arriving early 2026. In a series of maternity photos, the couple posed with numeric balloons and their eldest 2 children. Daughter Grace, 5, wore a pink dress that matched a 1 balloon, while her brother, Charlie, 3, held up a blue 2 balloon to coordinate with his button down. John David and Abby, meanwhile, held up an ivory 3 balloon in a trio of ultrasound photos while cradling off her baby bump. John David is one of the 19 children of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, and his famous siblings were excited to shower the expectant parents with love following their announcement. Congrats! So excited for you all! John David's twin sister, Jana Duggar, wrote via her Instagram stories on Wednesday. Jana, 35, is also currently pregnant, expecting her first baby with husband Stephen Wisman. John David started courting Abby in June 2018, and they got married in November of that year. They later welcomed their first child, Grace, in January 2020. "We are settling into our new routine of life, which has included a few long nights as Gracie is still trying to figure out the difference between day and night," the TLC stars exclusively told us weekly at the time. "Mom and baby are both doing well, and we are very much in love with her." They continued, "It's also been so nice to have good advice and help from our families. We're grateful for all the support they've shown us in this new and wonderful phase of our life. We are now a family of 4, she and John David wrote via Instagram in October 2022. "We welcomed little Charlie into the world last month and have been soaking up newborn snuggles ever since. We are so thankful to God for this precious gift." Since welcoming Grace and Charlie, John David and Abby have shared plenty of family memories via social media. "Happy Mother's Day. Blossom House was my favorite thing to play as a child. My sister and I would find all the baby dolls and pretend that we had lots of children," Abby wrote via Instagram in May. "I would carry around diaper bags and change their clothes, make mud pies outside and ride around in our covered wagon, aka our big van. Sometimes I pause and remember that I am living my childhood dream now that I'm all grown up and have 2 babies of my own.